Hello my viewers, welcome back. This is your teacher Pascal on Mr. Distinctions. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe so that you keep on following me. Also on this channel, we do not have only chemistry, but we learn all the compulsory subjects. We learn mathematics, biology, physics, English, and also chemistry, as you can see. So I urge you to subscribe to this channel because you'll be enjoying all the subjects via this channel. Okay, so today we are going to conclude the topic we started some days ago. And this topic is called organic chemistry. Specifically, we've been talking about macromolecules or polymers. So in the previous video, we defined what polymers are, and we said polymers are macromolecules which are formed as a result of the combination of what? Smaller units which are called monomers. So we said that when you combine two or more monomers, what we are going to have is the one which we are calling a polymer. So a polymer is as a result of the combination of what? Of monomers. Okay, so in the previous video we said that we've got how many types of polymers? We've got two types of polymers. Number one, we've got natural polymers. Number two, we've got synthetic polymers, which are also called artificial polymers. We said that natural polymers, these are polymers which occur naturally. But when we talk of synthetic polymers, these are man-made polymers. That's why they are even called artificial polymers. So now, under this type, we said that we've got the polymers which are in this type have been categorized into how many categories? Into two categories. So the polymers which are found in synthetic polymers have been categorized into how many categories? Into two categories. Number one, we've got a category where we have addition polymers, and we've got the second category where we have condensation polymers. So in the previous video, we talked about addition polymers. So today we are just going to concentrate on what? Condensation polymers. So if you want to know more about these polymers, therefore I encourage you to watch the previous video so that you understand what addition polymers are and you know some of the examples, because those are the questions which they normally ask. Today we are going to just concentrate on condensation polymers. So these two polymers, these two categories fall under which type? Synthetic polymers. Okay. So having said that, let us proceed. So when we talk of condensation polymers, we are talking about man-made polymers because this category fall under which type? Synthetic polymers. So when we talk of condensation polymers, we are saying these are man-made what? Polymers. And by the way, like I said in the previous video, if you have somewhere to write, therefore I would encourage you to, if you have somewhere to write, I would encourage you to start writing, to start taking some important points. Because this topic is very important. Because in most circumstances, you'd find that people bring complaints to say, no, we do not understand this topic. For that reason, that's why I've even made this video, so that I can make this topic to be easier for you to understand. If you have somewhere where you can be writing, start writing, start taking some points. I know you've learned summary. You know how to summarize. So get a pen and a paper so that you can be taking some important points. Okay, so when you talk of condensation polymers, we are talking about man-made what? Polymers. So these condensation polymers are formed by the process which is called condensation polymerization. When we are talking about addition polymers, we say that those polymers, addition polymers, are formed by the process which is called addition polymerization. But when we talk of condensation polymers, despite condensation polymers and the addition polymers being of the same type, have got different processes. They have got different processes which result in the formation of these polymers. When we talk of addition polymers, we are talking about the process which is called addition polymerization. But when we talk of condensation polymers, we are talking about the process which is called condensation polymerization. So condensation polymers are formed by the process which is called condensation polymerization. Okay, so condensation polymerization, when we talk of condensation polymerization, we are talking about the combination of two monomers. We are talking about the combination of two smaller units, which are called monomers, to form a larger molecule, which is a polymer, with the elimination of of the water molecule. So besides the polymer which is formed as a result of this process, also there is an elimination of of the water molecule. When we talk of addition polymerization, that process results in the formation of a polymer only. But when we talk of condensation polymerization, this process results in the formation of a polymer, and with the elimination of of the water molecule. Hence, we can see the differences between the two. When we talk of addition polymers are formed by the process which is called addition polymerization. But when we talk of condensation polymers are formed by the process which is called condensation polymerization. And in addition polymerization, only a polymer is formed. But in condensation polymerization, a polymer of course is formed, but also we have the elimination of of the water molecule. I hope you are getting the point. Okay. So let's look at some examples of condensation polymers. When we are talking about addition polymers, we looked at some examples of addition polymers. So we are also going to look at some examples of condensation polymers. And I wanted to forget this. When we talk of addition polymers have got the same empirical formula as as the monomers. But when we talk of condensation polymers, these polymers have got different empirical formula. So the monomers which are used to make this polymer have got their own empirical formula, and the polymer which is formed have got its own empirical formula. Okay, so now what are some of the examples of condensation polymers? So here we've got nylon and we've got 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. So nylon and 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, these are some of the examples of of condensation polymers. When we are talking about addition polymers, we said that some examples of addition polymers are polyethylene, also polyvinyl chloride. But when we talk of condensation polymers, these are some of the examples. We've got nylon and we've got 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. Okay, so these are polymers. And due to the fact that these are polymers, we understand that these are formed as a result of of the joining up of two smaller units which are called monomers. So we are going to understand which monomers do we use to make or to produce nylon, and which monomers do we use to produce 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. terylene. Okay, so let's begin with nylon. So when we talk of nylon, we are talking about a polymer which has got amide linkage. So the point where these two monomers which make up this nylon, the point where these two monomers which make up this nylon join up together, that point is called amide linkage. I'm sure you're getting the point. The point where these two monomers join up together is the one which we call amide linkage. Okay, so I want you to understand and to know the monomers we normally use to make this polymer, which is called nylon. So here are the monomers we normally use. So these are the monomers which we normally use. Here we've got diamine, then we've got dicarboxylic acid. So whenever you have been asked to give or to write the monomers which are used to produce nylon, just write diamine and also what? Dicarboxylic. Maybe you can be wondering, why are we saying diamine, dicarboxylic? So the reason why we are saying that is simple. Let us look at this structure. This is how diamine looks. Here we've got this structure, which is looking like this. This structure is the one which we normally call amine. So as you can see, we've got this amine and this amine. And if you combine these two, we are having two amines. And in chemistry, 2 is represented by di. That's why we are saying diamine, because we've got 2 amines. I hope you are getting the point. In the same manner, the reason why we are saying dicarboxylic, the reason is that we've got how many carboxylics? We've got 2 carboxylics. We've got this one and this one. So that's the reason why we are using di, because we've got 2 carboxylics. Okay. So now, how do we join up these 2 monomers in order to form nylon? How do we join these 2 monomers? That's where I want you to understand very well. So remember, we said that this process of joining up these monomers to form a polymer is called what? Condensation polymerization. So when we are talking about condensation polymers, the process which results in the formation of the same condensation polymers, that process is called condensation polymerization. And remember, we said that during this process, of course, the polymer is formed, but there is also the elimination of what? Of the water molecule. So how do we join these 2 monomers? Okay, here are the points. I want you to understand very well. So here are the points. So what we normally do, we remove H from the amine. Then here we remove OH. So if we remove H, we are going to remain with NH, NH. As you can see, we have removed these 2 H. Then here, what we are remaining with, if you remove this, we are going to remain with, okay, let me just do this. We are going to remain with, if you remove these two, we are going to remain with okay, so when you combine this H from diamine with this OH from carboxylic, what we are going to have is that we are going to have two, because we've got this H, also this H, which will result in the formation of this, and this O, which is coming from this. So we are going to have this water molecule. So that's how water molecule is formed. Water molecule is formed as a result of this H and this OH. Also on this part, we've got this H and this OH. And if you combine this, this is giving us a water molecule. And if you combine this, this is giving us a water molecule. I hope you are getting the point. So now, how do we combine the remaining ones? So here, we've remained with knowing that we have removed these two, so we've remained with this, also we've remained with this. Okay, so now also remember that we've removed these from dicarboxylic. We've removed this. So what we've remained with is this. Okay, sorry. This is what we've remained with. And as you can see, the combination of these two monomers result in the formation of this polymer, which is called nylon. And the linkage where these two monomers are joining up together is this one. And this linkage is the one which is called 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀 linkage. So this linkage is the one which is called 𝘾𝙀𝙀𝙀 linkage, as you can see right over here. Okay, I hope you can do that. So that is the structure of what? Nylon. So maybe we can take a look. We can take a look at the structure of nylon. Yes, the structure of nylon. This is the amide linkage. Then, if you have been asked to circle the repeating unit is that unit which is repeating itself. In this case, this is one unit, because this is the combination of this nylon. This is a combination of this diamide and this dicarboxylic. So if you see these are just repeating themselves, are just one and the same as this one. So this is the repeating unit. Alright. So what are the uses of nylon? Nylon is used in making what? Tough bearing. It is also used to make what? It is also used to make cloths. Then it is also used to make what? Ropes. And also bristles for what? For brushes. So that are the uses of what? Of nylon. I hope you have gotten the points, and this marks the end of this topic, or today's topic. In the next video, we'll be talking about natural polymers. If you have some questions, you can drop them in the comment box. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.